Recording in progress.
With clarity and grace. And now, Dr. Reverend Kim Clarity.
So I'm leading in meditation. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay. We're going to try something new with this incredible new sound system that we have. I was at Unity Vacaville speaking last week, and we were able to have an incredible experience. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to share that with you guys too, as soon as we hear our music come on. I love that Ricky Byers song too. Really, there it is. So I want to invite everybody now to close your eyes. And we're just going to move anyway. Just close your eyes. It's that first song. Yeah, and just feel it. Allow your hearts to open, your minds to quiet now. Allowing yourself now to let go. Dreaming, drifting, dropping, falling, letting go now. Feeling the breath moving through you. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. At your own pace. Letting the music massage that body of yours into relaxation. Feeling the feelings of floating, drifting, dropping, and falling. And as you do, bring into your heart right now, what is your greatest love? What do you love? Can you feel that love? Breathing the breath of life into that love. Allowing it to permeate every part of your body. All the way down the breath, breathing through the hips and down, 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 into the ground, into the earth. And letting your hearts fill with the love that you brought in. Expanding now that love. What are you grateful for now? Are you grateful for that love? How much can you love? You cannot fall out of love. It is not possible. The love you have felt, your greatest love for your child, for your lover, for Divine Mother, for nature itself, you cannot fall out of that love. For we come from love itself. Allow yourself now to feel that love radiating in, through, and as you. Now, perhaps there's somebody or something that you've had trouble loving lately. can you watch yourself, watching yourself letting go now? Bring that person or that situation into the light. For if you ever loved, that love is still in you, still vibrating, emanating, circulating as you. See if you can return non-love with love. And just breathe. We're going to have a few minutes of music while you just breathe light into whatever may be harming you or you feel as if it's harming you. Bring love to that now. And breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let yourself float in love. Emanating through us, remembering that for us to be born, we had to be filled with so much love in order to make that amazing miracle happen. Love is all there is. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay. Oh, I'm going right into the talk. Okay, I guess I'm going right into the talk. Perfect. We can go ahead and fade that music. Thank you. So the idea today is that we cannot fall out of love. Anybody ever thought you fell out of love? Ever been with somebody and you thought, ugh, I don't love them anymore? Even them. You remember that happening? That person, that place, that situation? That's the thing, is that we cannot fall out of love. We can, take a break. We can reposition things because maybe we don't feel like we can trust, or maybe we don't feel like we're being seen, or maybe there's an incompatibility in some way. But that doesn't mean we fall out of love. And that's where the misconception comes in about our relationships with one another. The idea that if you do something to hurt or harm me, well, then I won't love you anymore. But here's the trickster there. If you love at all, you cannot fall out of love. For that love itself is the very frequency that creates all life. All living things come through the vibration of creation of love. The odds of being born are crazy, ridiculous, difficult and to understand. It's like the number, I can't even remember it. It's so wild. The odds of actually being born to these two people that had to meet each other, whose ancestry and generations had to meet each other along the way to create you? Do you realize how odd that is that we're here, and yet here we are against all odds? And yet we have lived before. We are life after life. And no matter what, we are loved so much that we are given another opportunity for another life over and over and over again, knowing that we evolve in each lifetime, and some lifetimes maybe we don't. Maybe we just sustain a certain understanding and just kind of hang out there, and that has a purpose too. Because if we evolve too fast, what happens? We burn out. It doesn't hold. Evolution is not a straight line. It circles and bends and moves and flows and circles back. And so how do we, as human beings, as spirit, having a human experience, how do we evolve, and what is it that we evolve into? What do you think? Love. It's the only reason we're here. We think the complications of life, we think the difficulties of life are why what we have to work through and why we're here, and yet those are just opportunities to love more. And yet, for many of us, we thought, oh, this didn't work. I'm going to remove my love. And I'm going to go over here and give my love to this person. But you see, if we actually fell out of love, there would be no evolution. Our spirit would not grow. We would not become more loving people if we thought we fell out of love. So that idea that we love somebody and maybe something happens, maybe there's pain and suffering along the way and we have to separate, but that doesn't mean that we didn't love. That doesn't mean that we don't love. It means that we can recirculate that love at any given moment, and we don't need to look back on our life and say, well, that was a terrible experience, so I don't love it anymore. Rather, the idea here is how much can you love? Where can you return love to non-love? Anybody experience non-love throughout the days and weeks and months of life? Yes. But you are the way showers. We are the ones that signed up to grow in consciousness, to come to beautiful places like this, to share our love. But it's one thing to share our love when we're all happy and excited to see each other, and we haven't done anything to each other yet to kind of get in the way of that love. But that's not the test, is it? Earth School, right? We are here in Earth School. We are here to try to understand ourselves and love ourselves as deeply as we can, so that when we are going through life, no matter what happens, Course in Miracles, or maybe it's Science of Mind, says Science of Mind, no person, place, thing, or condition can hurt, anger, or disturb me, only the power that I give it. So if I'm in a situation that feels very difficult and painful to me, if I am not remembering that whatever is happening is an opportunity for learning, then I might think that I should shut down my love and go somewhere else. But here's the thing, wherever you go, there you are. That's a problem if you're not really getting into the ideas that this is Earth School, and that no matter what happens, it's not because you're not loved. It's because you're loved so much that your soul signed up for this curriculum that you're in, not because of what's wrong with you, but because of what is right with you. Because you have the capacity and the ability to share that joy and that happiness wherever you go. And when you don't, it's not to bypass. There's no smiling when you feel sad. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that when things are difficult, you love yourself even more. That you love yourself so much that you don't make it about him or her or them or they, that you take the love and you just circulate it right back into yourself. What do we need when we feel pain and we're struggling? What is it that we need as human beings? What do you think? Work with me. Yes, connection. Why? Because when we have connection, we feel the love. Good job. We feel the love. And even if I'm not feeling love, but I connect with you and you're bringing your love to me, guess what starts to happen? The generator starts to kick in. Because we are electric beings. We are moving through frequency and vibration. And we are the vibration of that creation in this earth school, that everything we go through happens through connection. And in that connection is where we can decide, hey, you know what? Your actions didn't serve me and they hurt me, and I need a little break right now, and I need to do some contemplation right now, but I love you anyway. What would happen if every relationship ended that way? If there was a conversation between the two people that said, yeah, we're not a great fit right now, but I do love you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all the wreckage of our past would not be wreckage? It would simply be learning opportunities. There would be opportunities along the way for me to choose again. That's Course in Miracles. In any given instant, we can choose again. So the thing is when we forget and we fall back into old ancestral belief systems that says it's me against you and you against me, if I'm doing that out in my subconscious and I'm not in my heart, I get to what? Choose again. And so when I choose again, I get to love myself and forgive myself and give me that opportunity. My prayer for you is that you give yourselves that same opportunity. That no matter how bad it is, no matter what you said or did, that you have an opportunity to look in the mirror and say, I am sorry that I did that, whatever it was. And I choose love. That's it. There's no guilt or shame here. There's no punishment. It's simply, who are you saying I'm sorry to? Who, if you're looking in the mirror and you realize you just said or did something you wish you didn't, who are you saying I'm sorry to? Yourself. You're saying, you know what, Kim? You're a spirit, but you're having a human experience in this earth school, which means that you're going to have opportunities to choose again. And in doing so, you're going to get lots and lots and lots of opportunities. Every time. There's no limit. You get as many do-overs as you want. Because the fact that you're here in a community like this and you are drawn to spirituality, it's because you are carrying that love forward, even when you forget. Funny, that's the gene key we're in right now. We're in gene key 33, and it moves from the shadow of forgetting. Yesterday I was on a Zoom call and I forgot something and I went, damn, 33. It's a frequency band. It's a vibration. It's transiting the northern hemisphere right now. So what you're going to experience is you're going to see a lot of folks who aren't feeling balanced and in their body. They're going to be forgetting a lot of things. Because the way that works as a frequency band, there's a low, medium, and high. The low frequency is not a bad frequency. It's part of the same frequency as the high. It's just that it's dense and heavy and it creates that sort of, and that's when we forget. We're not awake and ready in our heart, and we're not looking for the light. We're just in some kind of an autopilot, some kind of a dense auto way of behaving, and that's what we call the shadow. Because when we're in autopilot, we are not present, and we are not in our hearts. We are on some old system that somebody taught us because they thought it would somehow protect us. But now we know here in 2026, those old ways are over. It is no longer about me and them. Truly, I mean, I realize that we're living in this crazy world right now, but there's a reason it's so extreme. There's a reason it's so loud. It's to get our attention that doesn't work. That is what we're here to learn, to be in unity. to be unified with one another, even if we don't agree. We don't have to agree. I don't have to give up my soul for you, you for me. We can simply say, I hear you. I was having this conversation with my mom the other day, and she was really passionate about being right. And I have learned not to argue with my mother. I have learned that at 68 years old. And so I was like, I hear you, Mom. I hear you, Mom. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not saying you're wrong, Mom. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying anything. I'm just listening, and I respect your opinion. I was like, good job, Kim. I rocked it, man, because that could have turned into some really loud, passionate argument, right? But I'm not doing that to my mom. I'm walking her home right now. She's going to be 86 in September, and I have decided I do not need to be right. I am not interested in being right. Course in Miracles says you want to be right or happy. Happy! And let me tell you, do you think she made it easy for me? No. I thought, okay, I always have music on because it opens hearts. I always have music on. And so then there was silence, so I'm like, whew, okay, I did great. Keep going. And then she's like, here's another thing. Then she wanted to get into it again. And, it's not that I think she's wrong about her opinion. I just don't share it. And sometimes parents can get really nasty when they want to make a point, or people can get really hard, and when they don't feel heard or they're not getting their way, they can get really loud and the pressure can go up. And it did. And I was able to go, Mama, I'm not arguing. I'm not going to do it. I love you. But my heart was racing. I felt the pressure in my body. I could tell the anxiety was like, but I was able to breathe through it. And I think about 5 minutes later, we were laughing about something completely unrelated, and it all went away. And had I fed that monster, not her, the passion about being right, that's the monster. You ever been around somebody that wants to push, push, push? It's like, whoa, back up. I need space. We had it. And it was like that little weird thing never happened. This is how we return non-love with love. Because from her point of view, her argument that she was wanting to have was because she was scared that if I didn't do it her way, that something might happen to me. That's all, Sorry, you guys. I am having terrible allergies. I can just feel it. So it's recognizing that we are this is part one called Divine by Design. This is part one. In 2 weeks, we're going to do part two. And the whole thing is called Divine by Design. Doesn't that make sense to you? We are designed out of one thing and one thing only, love. And right next to that is creativity. We are loving, creative beings of light. What will we create today? And when that stuff happens, I don't watch the news, you guys. I do not recommend it. Whatever you watch and whatever you put your attention on is what you're going to feel. And then what we feel in our emotions, that fires and wires the brain. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot. If I am emotional, that's the fuel. Our emotions are the fuel, you guys. The brain is like the captain of the ship, the direction, but the emotion is the fuel. So you can be a talking head all you want, but eventually you're going to run out of fuel if you don't have a bunch of feeling behind what you're doing. And in quantum meditation, what we do, I do a lot of it with people, my clients especially. We go into a state of mind where we can use heart math and coherence, and we can use breath work, and we create an emotional state. And that emotional state is bliss, love, rebirth, excitement, curiosity, motivation, joy, perseverance, excitement. Those are all emotions. And we take that emotion and we go into what it is we're wanting to create in our life or heal in our life or move forward in our life. And we give it the fuel of our emotion, and then our brain fires and wires whatever that emotion is fueling in the brain. And then now we are creating our destiny. We are creating our day. All based not so much on the talking head, based on the emotions behind it. You can't fall out of love. Even if your brain says, bah, 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 and they, bah, 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 and how could he and she, that's just chatter looking for fuel. The moment I get all emotional about it, now I am in my Godhead because I am creating the very thing that I say I want. Do we really want to suffer? Do we really want to feel bad and less than and out of sorts? No. What we want to feel is that of myself, I can choose love, peace, or I can take myself out of a situation, do some meditation, and refire, therefore rewire my brain for a different outcome. Does that make sense? That is what we're talking about today. Even when you feel hurt, sad, guilt, any of those emotions, you want to go ahead and feel it. It's important that we don't bypass it. There's a reason that the movie The Secret didn't work for most people. It's not going to work to just make a vision board. That it's a nice idea and it's a fun little hobby, but it takes the emotion and the focus that gets you where you want to go, not necessarily the board itself. It's what you're doing in your life. Where are you pouring your love, your forgiveness, your reboot, your reset? What are you doing to be in charge of your well-being has to do with how much you remember you are created out of love itself. And even if somebody else forgets, because we're in Gene Key 33, even if they forget, you can remind them by simply being in love with yourself. To love yourself with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind, the master teacher said. He didn't say, oh, but not if somebody upsets you. That was never said. And all the great master teachers that I have studied and followed in my life, all of them say the same thing. Love your neighbor as yourself, even if they're you-know-whats. Even if they can't get it together. You chose love. Thank you. You chose love, and because you chose love, you get to be somebody that says, this feels like non-love to me. I'm going to go over here and send love where I feel safe, where I feel good. And this is the thing. What's trying to happen right now in the world, you guys, is for those poor souls that watch news, you're being indoctrinated in hate. Everything is trying to teach us to hate each other. Don't fall for it because it's not possible. All we can do is first of all, not watch it, not give our attention to it, and simply ask ourselves, was I more loving today? Was I more loving an hour ago? Am I more loving right now? Is this thing that's happening, can I just let it go and take care of myself? Because here's the thing, and I spoke about this also last week, is that Jesus said, love those that curse you. He didn't say that because he was worried about what you were doing for other people. He said that because we hurt ourselves. When I hold grudges, when I am upset, when I am angry, when I am removing my love from myself, because that's what you're doing, you're not even giving love to yourself. When we do that, inflammatory markers go off in our bodies. Did you know that? We have a physical reaction. And any form of anger creates blood pressure, creates pressure in the body, and that creates inflammatory markers in the body. And when the inflammatory markers go in the body, guess what comes next? Disease. This is the reason why, is because if we must first love ourselves so much and be so grateful for the life that we have, including everything in it, including, yes, even that, is to say, I'm alive. I woke up this morning. I got to get in my car. I have a car. I get to pet my dog. He's really funny. I get to go to my friend who takes care of my dog. I get to come up here and hug all of you. I get to see your beauty. I get to bask in your beautiful love and energy. I am grateful to be alive. I get to be in Lake Tahoe? What? You guys live here. Every morning I wake up and I go outside in Pollock Pines and I watch the sun come through the trees. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Even though I'm having some major issues I'm dealing with in life. Anybody else have any major issues you're dealing with life? Guess what? You're in a college level of earth school. That's all you are. You're in a high level of earth school, and you're here to navigate whatever it is, loving yourself more than you ever have. Because when you love yourself, you will love others far easier than you could have if you didn't. We cannot give what we do not have. So I'm going to close the talk today with a question. Repeat after me. What version of myself that chooses faith over fear already know? I just felt your brains go, what? This is neuroscience. This is my wheelhouse. I've taught it for 20 years in my seminars. It's called a scramble. And when we scramble the brain and we create space in the brain, we get rid of the old programmed responses. So here we go. What version of myself that chooses faith over fear already know? What do you know? What do you know? Sure. What do you know? What does faith know? What does faith know? Yes! Yes! You are faith in action. Ever heard of that, Unity people? Faith in action. This is what it means to be faith in action. Is to get out of your programmed thinking that is thousands of years old, based in them and us and me and her and him, and let it dissolve to the native nothingness of which it came. It is 2026. It is time to enlighten. It is time to feel the pain, allow it to work through the body, and then release it and love yourself. Love yourself for caring. Love yourself for trying. Love yourself for doing the best you could with the information that you had. Love yourself, little baby. See, she's all lit up. She knows how to love herself. That's all she feels. This is all she feels is love. Even when she's crying, she knows. It'll get me some love. I'll just cry a little bit and I'm going to get all snuggled. Do that for you. Be your own baby, baby. Be your own baby and give yourself such a deep, loving hug. And when you're crying, allow Divine Mother, that love that you love, whatever that is that you love more than, that you'd give your life for in a second, allow that love to circle back into you and be able to respond to non-love with love And in choosing that, you will do better. You will be healthier. You will be of a greater light and source and demonstration for others to see. You will be the peace that passeth all need of any understanding. You cannot fall out of love, you guys. Someone told you that, but they were lying. They didn't know. They hadn't heard. They didn't know we were in 2026. This is the time of enlightenment, the time of transformation. This is when we choose a higher frequency. And guess what the gift frequency of the 33rd gene key? If the low frequency is forgetting, guess what the gift is? What comes from it? Mindfulness. It moves from the shadow of forgetting and it begins to grow through that soil and it comes up and it goes, oh yes, I am the mind of God right here, right now. And that mindfulness creates a revolution. It becomes a revolutionary force of change for all you come in contact with. I love you so much. You guys are so precious to me. Repeat after me. I love you. I love you. I love you. Look at each other. I love you. I love you. Thank you, everybody.
Right, we're adding a little spot.